Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This feels so strange to be sitting down here, but I've realized I have never done an entire walkthrough of my collection. I've been asked to do it so many times and I never have, so that's what we're doing today, a whole walkthrough of Kenzie K. This is going to be a bit of a long one. I suggest making a cup of tea, putting me on in the background, but make sure you can see it still while you pick up your room or something, because we're going to be here for a minute. There's a few products. Without further ado, let's jump right in. Let's start out first, of course, with my house collection. Those are the pieces that I keep in pretty much all the time. They do sell out pretty often, but they're the ones that I'm actually going to restock rather than let go and never see again, or potentially maybe bring back down the line. But no, the house collection is, we're going to continue bringing it back until I tell you guys otherwise. And of course, we have our leading lady. That is the Gabrielle. She is my most sold corset out of all of them. I love her. I love her to death, and I've redone her in new ways now. The Gabrielle corset originated 2 years ago when a client came to me and she needed a gown for a gala, and I decided to go about my usual shaping of doing a corset with a big floofy skirt. And that's how I came with the Gabrielle. So she actually started out in red, but the sample I made for myself was white, and I loved it so much I decided to go through the whole sample process and bring her out so the rest of you guys could also get her. I don't usually take on custom orders, but the client was a friend and I supported the charity that she was going to the gala of, so it came to life. I named it the Gabrielle because the straps look like angel wings draping down. They're made out of the most amazing thick silk sharp mousse. Most brands use close to like a 10 or 15 mame, which is the thickness of the fabric, versus we use a 22 mame, so you could practically use it on its own, but we also line up all of our corsets. So the straps are a double layer of the silk charmeuse. The base of it is made out of a silk duchess satin. So lovely. Honestly, that stuff is so thick and luscious. A silk duchess satin is 100% silk as well. But that's why I make it. We also bone it with plastic. All of my corsets are boned with plastic. I find it a lot more comfortable than metal because my corsets are made not to change your body, but curve and flatter to it, rather than trying to change what's going on there. The lining is then what I use on all of mine, which is a poly satin. It's super smooth on your skin, super breathable, so comfortable when you slip it on and while you wear it. I also make the Gabrielle in blush, ruby, and black, but we also just created 2 new versions of it. One of them is the Garden Party Gabrielle, and the other one is the Midnight in Paris. So Garden Party has these cute little rosebuds, and the Secret Garden Gabrielle that has big bows right on the hips. Both of them, I absolutely love them. They're releasing this Saturday. Fun fact about the Gabrielle, I actually wore her when I was shot by British Vogue for, I think it was their September issue. I was in 3 issues, and I think that one was September. For the Garden Party Gabrielle and the Midnight in Paris, I'm actually the one that's personally sewing on all of the bows, all of the roses. So it's gonna be super well done for you guys, and I'm so excited for you guys to be able to buy those because they're absolutely adorable. Moving on, almost just as iconic are my Mademoiselle skirts. Now this is a style skirt I've been making forever, and it's a type most brands won't make because they require so much fabric. So much, as well as the fact that we fully line them, and so that's way more fabric than most companies want to buy, but to me it's worth it. They loom out around you like a flower when you twirl. So amazing. The flow of them, it's like water. It's so beautiful. We make those in silk and satin because I've realized over time some people like silk because honestly there's nothing more luscious and luxurious than a smooth silk against your skin, but other people need a little bit more durable satin, as well as it's a lot lower price, and so that's helpful for more people to be able to access it that maybe can't reach the price silk point. Also, the satin does travel really well. It barely wrinkles, super easy to iron out, as well as you can machine wash it in ivory, black, as well as blush, ruby, and I used to make them in a light blue, but I am discontinuing the light blue. So this weekend sale will be your last chance to secure one, and they're gonna be at a lot lower price. So we're getting them out of there. We're making new room for new product. I love the blue color, but we have so much new coming in, I just don't have the space. So once they're gone, and they're gonna be part of my sale this weekend. So if you want one, I suggest logging on quick because they're probably gonna disappear fast. Next we have the colette, which I'm actually wearing. I designed the colette 4 years ago, not long after I moved to New York City, and I actually designed it after watching Lola, the French New Wave film, and I was so inspired by what she wore in it that I had to create something of my own that was slightly reminiscent, because that one also had lace and black. I mean, that's pretty much the only similarities, but you know what, it's the same vibe. So a unique feature about this that people usually notice when they come and see my collection, so glad we now have the Atelier for people to be able to do that more, the fact that this is actually a very luxurious velvet fabric, which is very rare. We actually have to use an upholstery fabric to get this super soft, super thick velvet that it really helps hold the form of the corset so well, because we do our corsets the old-fashioned way. They're made with curves, and now these curves are made to sit on your hips. That's why they hold up so well, even though they're strapless. I could dance in it and it stays up. It's because it has shape to it. Now, most brands don't do this these days because it's a lot more technical. It's harder to get someone that knows how to do it, as well as it's a lot more expensive to produce. But here we don't cut corners and we do it the old-fashioned way. That's so much more comfortable. Most modern day corsets are cut straight and then they just squish rather than flatter, which is, no, that's not comfortable. That's not good. That's why most people think corsets are uncomfortable. They're more comfortable than bras. So the velvet fabric is so good for that. We've made the colette in the black classic color, ivory, ruby, and navy. We are sadly also discontinuing the navy colette. It makes me so sad because I wanted to wear it in like Como, and I know I still will, but I really want to do a photo shoot there. But you know, I have to make room. We have so many new products just in the wheel that we have to get some of the old styles out. And so it will also be part of the sale this weekend. I think we only have 2 left. I think they're size larges, so if you want those, I would grab them pretty quick because they're probably going to disappear and they're not coming back. We have the Charles shorts. Now I actually named these after my grandfather, Charles. Love to golf, and they have a faux golfing pocket. I decided to make this a faux pocket even though I'm a very big supporter of large pockets. We'll talk about that later on. We decided to make it a faux pocket because what are you going to do with an inch big, like it's tinier than that, an inch big pocket? You can fit a coin in there, but who carries coins? So we decided to make it into a faux pocket because otherwise it would just be increasing the price, and I hate increasing prices on you unnecessarily. The Charles shorts actually have no pockets to be able to hold out their shape because they have such a curved shape on the outside, and if we put pockets there, it would collapse them. And so my apologies, no pockets. I guess you have to throw in a cute bag. Say lovely. One thing about my shorts is in the past we've always made them out of wool, and we usually actually use dead stock from brands like the Row. Dead stock means leftover. Ralph Lauren, so super good quality wool and so light. I think this year I might try and, I shouldn't give it away, never mind. I might make it out of a new fabric, but don't worry, it's just gonna be as nice. But I'm also gonna have new colors of the wool because every year I like to bring out a few new colors and new fabric that I can find because naturally dead stock runs out, which is a bummer, but it means I can release new fun ones for you guys every year. In the past, we've done a few shades of beige, we did a navy, we've done black. I actually gonna be restocking the black soon. And ooh, what else we had? We had ivory. Oh, the ivory is my favorite. I want to do a blush pink. I just have not found the fabric yet. So hard to find the right color blush in fabrics, and they look so different at different lights, but that's for the future. Next up, we have a winter exclusive piece, and that's my Anastasia skirts. They are made out of the same velvet as the colettes. They come in black and ivory. I'm someone that has always loved military details, so it's super cool that they're coming back in this season. And the 4 buttons are very military reminiscent, but I love the contrast between that and the supreme femininity of such a floofy skirt because you can twirl it, you can dance it, but it's got that like little military uniform. I love it, the contrast, it's so cute. And again, it holds its form so beautifully because of this thick upholstery velvet. Absolutely wonderful, but she's a winter exclusive. We're restocking her this weekend, but we won't again until next winter if we bring her back next winter. I think we will, but honestly, I don't know for sure, so I would grab her now just in case. A little fun fact about our buttons is we actually bring them in from the UK. That's one of the reasons I hope my buttons arrive by Friday because we're releasing them this weekend. So if we can't get the buttons, the skirts are already, except we're just waiting for our buttons to come in from the UK. But they are all super high quality and metal, which is so hard to find these days, is a good quality metal button. That's why I bring them all the way over and I had them made just for me. For my skirts, my pants, my jackets, everything. So we have my love, my beautiful Belgrade blazer. If you know me, then you know I love jackets, I love blazers, and I especially love tailored fitted ones. I grew up doing equestrian riding hunter jumper, and so I love an equestrian fit blazer. I also grew up 100% obsessed with Dior and the new look, and we all know the Dior bar jacket, snatched at the waist, floof out for the hips. Absolutely adore. Last season, I finally was able to bring out my own blazer because I am someone who's obsessed with tailoring. It took me so long to bring one out just because my quality standards are so high. Back during finals week at school, that I used to just watch Savile Row tailor videos to relax. So that's how insane I am. We made it out of this stunning thick wool. I can't remember. I want to say it's left over from the Row. Oh, what was it? It was one of those. But most stunning thick wool, and they are so beautiful. We have only one ivory left. We have a couple blacks, but I might bring them out in another fabric coming up this season that's an ivory color just because those disappeared so quickly. It's got this adorable bow in the back. You can actually use it to cinch in the waist to actually fit your natural waist. So it's like adding a belt to it without having a belt covering up the front. So amazing. I love that. That was one of the design elements that I think I thought of a long time ago, and I just have not had the tailoring abilities to produce it before, but now we do. Next up, we have the jean trousers, which you can't see, but I'm also wearing right now because they are so comfortable. Oh my gosh, I've worn these on planes, I've worn these on the Eurostar, I've worn these on long travel days. I was actually going to originally call these the traveler pant, And then last minute I'm like, oh no, they probably won't be right for that. They probably won't be good traveling pants. They're made out of wool. Well, most of them are made of wool. The ivories are made out of tencel. I do think I'm gonna, I'm not gonna tell you guys, I'm not gonna spoil too much. It's so hard, I wanna tell you guys everything. But they are so comfortable and the pockets are huge. You can fit your wallet, you can fit your phone, you can fit your lip gloss in one pocket at a time. They are massive. And I make these also out of dead stock wool when they're made out of wool, and so love them. Same buttons from England. I feel as they go without saying. I actually designed these after that iconic scene in Jane Birkin walking up to the car. I can't exactly remember which movie it's from. I'll try and put it up on the screen here. But the way her pants flowed was so inspiring to me. They were absolutely beautiful, and I knew I needed to create a wide leg trouser just like that. One of the things though that's worth noting is most wide leg trousers have pleats at the top, which are adorable. I love the look of them, but they do not work for girls like me, my mother, and so many of my friends who have a little bit more hip, because then the pleats they rarely sit right, or they just add more fabric there and it makes your hips look kind of square. What I did was make a wide leg trouser that fits your waist and it fits your belt really nice too. Just gonna tell you guys that. But it has no pleats. So love that. Big pockets, checking all the boxes. While we're on the topic of pants, we're gonna touch on the Audrey trousers real quick. And the Audrey trousers I named after the iconic Audrey Hepburn, so we're continuing our star pathway here. But they're actually similar to the ones she wore in Funny Face and a couple other just casual photos of Audrey Hepburn. We love the little cigarette style of them, but I don't know when I'm gonna bring these back. Maybe next fall, but I think the ones I'm gonna list up for the sale, which are size extra, extra small, which I will warn you, that is a very small size. It's like for 21, 22-inch waists, are gonna be the last ones, but I think that there's maybe 1 or 2 left and they're probably gonna disappear. So if you want them, grab them. I don't know when I'm gonna restock them. These were made out of dead stock from the row. I know, I buy up so many of their excess fabrics. I'm so sad they just moved to Italy because they won't have their excess fabrics here anymore, but we'll find something new. Maybe we'll start ordering our own from Italy. But we love the sustainability of using leftover fabrics from other companies. The pockets on the Audreys are massive, just like the Janes. You can literally fit a shoe in it. I one time did that for a video. I put my ballet flat in my pocket. I guess I do weird things sometimes. I'm sorry. The last 2 corsets are somewhat classics because they are ones that I used to make back when I would sew every order myself, and they are the Antoinette and the Miss Provence. First up, we'll talk about the Antoinette. Now, she is based off of the Regency Stay, which we all know was my very original one that I made for customers, which I sadly don't have here to show you guys right now. But the Antoinette is based off of a stay corset from back in the day, which gives you that extreme lift that we all love from Bridgerton, you know, that cleavage. As well as we have these little bow straps that you can just cinch and give you even more of that lift, as well as they're just adorable bows. The Antoinette we've actually just recently remade, and so this is a new version of it. But we still love her just the same, as well as we now have Miss Provence, which I'm not gonna reveal. I'm gonna tell you guys the Miss Provence will actually be part of this annual sale. We're making room for new stuff, but don't worry, I'm just gonna put her as a hint, she's not gone. But the Miss Provence we actually made out of a organic cotton sateen, so she's got this really cute natural finish. And again, the bow straps are always nice to help really fit it to yourself. Most one of the things I always like about the corsets, you can really fit my products to yourself because they're all basically adjustable in so many ways, which means we don't have to use knits and such to make them fit people. We can actually just make them tailored to your body. I will put out there, okay, this is maybe revealing stuff a little bit. We might be making Miss Provence in a new fabric, but I'm gonna warn you guys, it might have to be a little bit more expensive just because the current cotton fabric is on the lower price range, and any other fabric we choose will pretty much be more expensive, so I might have to raise the price. My apologies, but if you want one of the cotton ones, I would buy it now because they're about to be out of here. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this entire collection walkthrough of all of my current products that I have available. I cannot wait to release more. We have a collection coming out in early March. This can be our spring collection, but we also have a few releases coming out this weekend. Saturday 11 a.m. we have a restock of our Gabrielle corset in ivory black, as well as the new Garden Party, which is in blush or ivory, as well as we have the Midnight in Paris, which is like the black Gabrielle bows. We also have so much. The Anastasia skirts are going to be back this weekend. We have our whole spring sale, which we only do once a year, where we do like one full sale. We also are going to have pre-order of our Mademoiselle skirts again, which we're making. I would suggest ordering especially the blush right now because I am going to make hardly more than we are having pre-ordered now, so I'm not going to order many more. So if you want blush, I would definitely make sure to pre-order it because it will sell out fast when we have it fully in stock when they're done being made. So if you want to guarantee that you get one, pre-order it now. Last thing is, I'm thinking about starting up a newsletter. I've heard that people actually really enjoy these. It'd be once a month, so not annoying you, not filling up your inbox too much, but I was showing some behind the scenes, just a little bit more chatty, a little bit more written out details. So if you would be interested, I think I'll put a link to sign up for that down there. Thank you to all of the customers I've had in the past and all of my future customers, especially the ones shopping this weekend. Thank you, and thank you so much for watching. Bye! See you next weekend.